zoom out, beloveds. Robert Nesta Marley. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. And that natural mystic is a resurrection going on. You see, beloveds, our ancestors said that when you die, you go to a mentor, a Tsar, who is known as the Lord of Resurrection in our legacy. A Tsar goes to a mentor. And all the kings that passed from this life went into a mentor, the hidden place. But guess what? It's from a mentor that the sun will rise, that the sun is rising. I think it was on January 19th, I wrote a post and I said, when in the dark you were a Tsar in a mentor, the hidden western sunrise land. Here the choice is yours to hide or slumber, or to come forth by day, to heal and remember. And speaking about remembering, remember the legacy a Tsar was cut into many pieces. And at the Berlin Conference, the conspirators sat down to cut the body of a Tsar as our mother continent into 14 pieces. It's amazing how it seems as if our legacy plays out into history. The last time I read from the Pert, the book of Coming Forth Today From Night, willfully miscalled Egyptian Book of the Dead. But in reality, as long as we did not know what was in this book, we were dead to that knowledge. So in a sense, Mr. Budge chose the title, The Book of the Dead. But our ancestors called it Reu Pert Hru Gher, the chapters of Coming Forth Today From Night. And the last time I read about losing your head, when your head is cut off from you in the afterworld, when you lose your consciousness, well, guess what? We are coming alive. And we are coming alive in such a way that we will not taste of the second death. But the fact is, many of us have been dead to knowledge. And because of this age of Hapi, this age of knowledge, because Pisces was the age of belief. And Pisces is gone, or going, but Hapi, who they call Aquarius, is here. And our ancestors must have known, we in our older selves. You see, we speak of the ancestors as some folks that have gone and never come back, that they live in this realm. But you see, there's a law of cycles, and we return and return and return. And so, if we remain in ignorance, that is the second death. But our ancestors left us a guide of how to overcome and not to die a second time in a mentor. On page 105 of this Dover publication I'm reading from, our ancestors said, my hiding place is open. My hiding place is opened. For light has fallen within the darkness, and now I possess the eye of Heru. Apwat, who is the opener of the ways, has nursed me, and I have concealed myself within you, oh, you never-setting stars. My brow is like that of Ra. My face is open, and my heart sits upon its seat. These divine chapters, these divine words, come from our most ancient ancestors, And the compilers of the New Testament in the book of Revelations, they wrote about the second death. I think at least 4 times in the book of Revelations it speaks about the second death. And it also speaks about those who will experience the second death. And I refer to the book of Revelations in this King James Bible because that's where most of our people here are resting right now. And some are sleeping right now. And it says there that the ones who are dying the second time, who will experience the second death, are those who are the fearful ones, the abominable ones, the murderers, the whoremongers, and the warmongers, and the liars. And we're seeing this play right before our eyes. Folks walking around look like they're alive, but they've left their consciousness. And so we are blessed, though, because we have had so many beautiful elders and ancestors who've charted a course for us to follow. And so now people say, well, why are you going back to Egypt? I always say, well, no, I'm not going back to Egypt, but I'm reclaiming the legacy of Kemet, the legacy of Ma'at, the legacy of righteousness, balance, order, truth, and reciprocity. And by doing so, we will not die a second time. Until the next time, my beloved brothers and sisters. Ankh.